Okay, hi, I've got my copy of Home Designer Pro open. I don't do metric, so you're on your own with the metric. I'm just going to draw a rectangle. Not too concerned about the dimensions. Okay. Auto roofs is on, so it created a hip roof over this 18.5 by 33.5 inch. Now let's see, let me take a look. Here we go. Yeah, you've got a covered porch on the first, so I need to add a covered porch. Let's do that. I'm going to go over here to the rail tool, and we'll add a porch. Okay, and I'm going to take these three walls and shift select them, open them for specification. And we'll tell on rail style, we'll tell that to be post to beam. And I'm going to turn the railing off, make it open, and uncheck these. The newels and balancers will make the post 4x4s, 3.5 inches. Okay. So now we got our basic first floor created. Let's take a quick look at it. Yeah. Okay, let's part the way there. Now this foundation over here, I'm not concerned with that. You didn't ask about foundations. The only thing I'm going to do is open this dialog box here and tell it to be a porch. Which will give it a concrete floor and remove the base mold from the exterior and change it to a concrete floor. And I'm going to drop the floor 3 inches so that virtual rain doesn't run into my virtual house from my virtual porch. There we go. Now I'm going to create a terrain plane just for fun. And I'm going to set the terrain planes to 7 inches. Again, just for fun. There we go. That looks better. Now I'm going to we'll refine this a little bit. I'm going to click on this wall. I forgot earlier, and I should have gone over to rail style. It said no half posted wall, and also on the spacing there, I'm going to change the spacing to 12 feet to get rid of the central post there. I don't need it. Same thing on the other end. We'll go over here to rail style, no half posted wall, and then newels and balancers change to 144. Get rid of that center post. You can reduce the number of posts on this long wall with the same method. I'm just going to click on it, go over to newels and balancers, we'll change it to 10 feet and see what that does. See, I have the tab key, and you can see it reduces the number of posts here. We'll go to 144. That reduces a bit more to just 4 posts. That's probably a little more realistic. Okay. Now the second floor. I'm going to go Shift F6 so you can kind of watch this develop. And then over here, on this first floor, I'm going to go over here to click on this border to make it the active screen, and then go to Build, Floor, Build New Floor. And I'm just going to use the standard derive new floor from the first floor plan. And then, of course, you get this dialog, and it's going to ask you what ceiling height do you want. So this is going to be important later. I'm just going to use 8 feet, and then there it is. Now, it only built the second floor. it didn't do what your diagram indicated, so I'm going to have to step in, turn the reference display on, and take this wall and extend it over to the porch. And then I'm going to use the arrow keys and move that wall down a bit. It's out of alignment. There we go. Now I've got this alignment tool. Now I can line that up. Now that's not what you wanted, not by your diagram. The one thing refinement we need to make is to open these two walls here and tell them to have gables over them. So we'll go to the roof, full gable, okay. And then, yeah, now we got a gable roof. And I think, let me show you from inside the house. I'm going to do a cross-section camera through the second floor. And so there's our first floor with our stupid foundation, our open porch. And this, now, if you want to raise and lower the roof using the auto roof generator, how do you do that? Well, that's what I'm going to show you. I'm going to go Control Tab. I'm sorry, not Control Tab. I'm going to go back to the this one, and we're on the second floor. See there, we're on the second floor, and I'm just going to. This is one big open space, and it's currently set to a ceiling height of the default at right at 8 feet. So I'm going to uncheck default and set it to 66 inches. And drop the roof down. Look at that. Now I'm going to go back to the cross-section camera, and you take your dimension tools, and you see that now the roofs are at a 5'6" plate because I told them to go there. And so that's, with the auto roof generators, that's how you control what you want. Now, not all of this space is probably going to be used for the addition. See, when I'm, like in the United States, the minimum knee wall on where you're going to have a story and a half kind of thing, the minimum knee wall is 66 inches. That's the reason I chose 66 inches. Now that the roof is kind of where I want it, I'm going to go over here to the build roof dialog and turn off auto roofs. I don't want them automatically altering the roofs every time I make a change with move a wall or something. Okay, so I've done that. Now I can let's do it. We'll do this in plan view. I'm going to go over here and raise the ceiling now from 66 inches to 96 inches. And you see the roofs are going to stay in the same place. We'll go back, see, now we have like 66 inches here, and then it raises up to 8 feet here. I think that's kind of what you were looking at doing, and you were asking advice on how to do that. Well, this is how I would do it. And now that with the auto roof, so I've got the roofs, I think, where you want them. Maybe I don't, but you saw how I got them to go there using the auto generator, and you just, by controlling it yourself, you can get the end result that you want. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial. That ought to get you started and headed in the right direction. And hope this helps you. Thanks for watching.